gang of violent teens terrorized New York.
The crime inflamed the city and the nation.
They beat her with their fists, we believe a rock and a metal pipe. She was raped by four of these youths.
Arrested within hours of the attack, 5 teens, 4 black, 1 Latino, all charged with the brutal rape of a 28-year-old jogger in New York's Central Park.
It was the scariest time in my life.
Yusuf Salam was one of the so-called Central Park 5, just 15 years old, paraded in front of cameras.
Had this been the 1950s, I would have had the same fate as Emmett Till.
You've been hung.
I would have been hung.
2 weeks after their high-profile arrest, Donald Trump took out full-page ads in 4 major newspapers calling for the death penalty to be reinstated. Trump wrote, "Criminals must be told that their civil liberties end when an attack on our safety begins."
He was literally like the fire starter. He lit the match.
Salam served his full sentence, nearly 7 years in prison, as did all the Central Park 5, but none of them were guilty.
Men cleared after spending years in prison for a crime they did not commit.
In 2002, serial rapist Matias Reyes came forward claiming he was solely responsible. His DNA and description of the crime matched, with no DNA evidence linking the Central Park 5 to the crime. Their sentences were reversed.
When we heard that the verdicts were being vacated, it was like the best feeling in the world. And that feeling quickly came and went.
Donald Trump! Donald Trump! You can't hide! You can't hide!
The Central Park 5, their families and supporters wanted an apology from Donald Trump. The billionaire refused, telling the New York Times they confess. Now they say they didn't do it. Who am I supposed to believe? Those confessions, parents and lawyers said, were coerced.
They ain't giving no food. They ain't giving no sleep for 43 hours. That's how they did it.
The 5 sued New York City and settled for $41 million in 2014. Trump incensed, calling the settlement a disgrace in an opinion column, saying settling doesn't mean innocence, but it indicates incompetence on several levels. It is politics at its lowest and worst form.
I spoke to Donald shortly after the city made its settlement with these men, and he was outraged.
Michael D'Antonio's The Truth About Trump follows the billionaire's rise to the top of the GOP ticket.
He's not a person who takes in new information and then adjusts and accepts reality. The only reality that matters to him is his judgment, which was rendered many years prior.
No matter how total the vindication for the Central Park 5, there is still one thing they'd like to see.
I keep saying to myself, one day, Donald Trump is going to perhaps take a full-page ad out and apologize to the Central Park 5. You know, that would be tremendous. That might make the, it's funny.
Do you really think that's going to happen?
I doubt it's going to happen.
In a statement to CNN, Trump not only didn't apologize, but said they admitted they were guilty. The police doing the original investigation say they were guilty. The fact that the case was settled with so much evidence against them is outrageous.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his, Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rukah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. And they are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on the earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samad from the GMS Miami camp. And yeah, the reason why I brought up the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 10, all right, is from the miniseries that I watched on Netflix called When They See Us, all right? And This takes place in Harlem, New York, around 1989, where you had 5 Jakes, all right, 4 southern kingdoms and 1 northern kingdom, all right, being accused by these Edomites of rape to a Edomite woman in Central Park, all right, which never happened. And you had the whole judicial system, the media, Donald Trump, literally painting, all right, a picture on these 5 Jakes, all right, who are young, all right. One was 16, the rest were under 16, painting them as monsters walking the earth. And this is, okay, the accuser of our brethren. And this is what they do day and night, all right. They have the news media, they have the judicial system, okay. They have these movies, Hollywood, and all they do is paint a negative image on our people, okay. And that's because they have nothing but hatred towards us since the beginning. Because these Edomites, all right, their father Esau had hatred towards Jacob. In fact, let me get that before I go on with this article. Because when you heard from Donald Trump, when Donald Trump said we want to put a death penalty on these, he wants to put out the death penalty, made an ad for the death penalty when this was all happening, just proved like the hatred and how much these Edomites want us dead. So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and I'm going to start at 41. All right. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Right. And that's the reason why, man. All right. It's in their spirit to hate us because they don't have the blessing. We got the blessing. All right. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're the children of Israel. And their blessing is that they will inherit the kingdom of heaven. And you Edomites, excuse me, you so-called white people of today, you'll be serving us in the kingdom of heaven. All right? And these elites know this. All right? That's why they're trying to do everything they can to take us down as a nation. All right? Because they don't want this prophecy to be fulfilled. But too late. The cat's out of the bag. All right? Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai woke up his prophets. All right? That's why more and more, okay, of the world are seeing you Edomites for who you are. Deceivers, liars, thieves, cons, all right? You're the wicked. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, meaning in his mind, all right? That's how you know this is spiritual. The days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob, right? And that's that spirit you Edomites had towards our people. And you see it. Look at the history, man. Just look at America as a whole, the inception, all the way up to now. All right? In your heart, you want us dead. Okay? And so you have, like Donald Trump, in his pride and his pomp, man, putting out an ad to push the death penalty right when this incident happened, man. Oh, and this was all over the news. 1989. All right? And this is the man now that's president of the United States. So what, you think he's gonna change his mind? He still has not apologized. He still has not apologized. All right. So let's get into this article. Let's show you the mentality of these Edomites, man. Start with Donald Trump. Central Park 5 to Trump. Death penalty ad put a bounty on our head. While the falsely accused men were honored this week, a publisher dropped one of the prosecutors from the botched case. Right, that was that woman, if you watched the miniseries, okay, that was that woman. Her name is Linda Farstein, all right? She played the that detective who was literally out to destroy, okay, these 5 Jake's lives, man, all right? She did not care about, okay, how the evidence was, okay, wasn't matching. All right. Hey, I highly recommend you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to watch that mini-series on Netflix. Okay, it's called When They See Us. All right. And because that woman was an evil Edomite woman. All right. That's why you Edomites, you got to go down. All right. But hey, she's now running away, hiding because you know that series came out and everybody's now looking at her like, man, you were an evil woman, and that's these Edomites. Trying to keep it PC, but if I do drop some vulgar language, tough. You read some of this stuff and you just get irritated. So back to the article. It says, one of the 5 men who was falsely convicted in the so-called Central Park 5 case slammed President Donald Trump for his vicious 1980 attack ads during a Friday event at which the group received a Courage Award. Right. Now, Donald Trump, when you watch that CNN report, he was the fire starter. All right? He wanted these jakes to be put to death. Trump infamously took out full-page ads in New York City newspapers calling for the reinstatement of the death penalty in conjunction with the arrest of the 5 teenagers accused of brutal rape of a white female jogger in Central Park 3 decades ago. The case is now seen as an example of racial injustice within the U.S. legal system, but Trump has never apologized. Right. That's the reason why we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, this judicial system has been against us since its inception. It's been against us, man. All right? Hence the reason why, according to the Pew Research, so-called blacks and Hispanics make up larger shares of the prisoners than of the United States adult population. This came out April 30th, 2019. All right? This is the Pew Research. And it goes to show you, man, that this system, this American judicial system is completely anti-Israel, man. Anti our people. And they are looking for ways to keep us oppressed, okay? Keep us at the bottom. All right? That's why when you go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, let's go on with the spirit. There's still more on this article. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievances which they have prescribed right. All these laws are stacked against us, man. That's the reason why we make up the prison population. All right? And you notice, it's so-called blacks and Hispanics, man. And that's the so-called blacks of the Southern Kingdom and the so-called Hispanics of the Northern Kingdom. Okay? And so-called Native Americans, but they don't like putting that in there because it really just shows, okay, that they are against us, man, and it shows that the scriptures are real, man, that the children of Israel are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, this is our book, this is our heritage. All right, you want the answers? Is here. That's why, man, you Edomites are going down, man. We woke up, the elected. Well, I'm a part of it, but I woke up. You ain't pulling wool over my eyes. I see right through this. All right? And so the brothers here at Great Millstone says, quoting Corey Wise, another member of the Central Park 5, Yusuf Salam told the room, quote, Corey said it so well. He said when Donald Trump took out that full-page ad and put them in all the New York City's newspaper calling for execution, see, he wanted to kill Jacob, man. That's in his spirit. Donald Trump's an Edomite. And this is the man that's in the presidency. Think about that. Okay, insurrection, 1807. Hello? He placed a bounty on our head. Quote, they have published our names, our phone numbers, and our addresses in New York City's newspaper. Imagine the horror of that. Wow. Donald Trump put the names and phone numbers and addresses of these 5 Jakes that weren't, one was 16, the rest were 14 and 15. They weren't even adults according to your, okay, judicial system. They're not even eligible to vote. They're not even eligible to join the military. And you're putting their name, phone number, addresses. Yeah, you Edomites gotta pay, man. Donald Trump, you gotta pay, man. Hey, I can't wait till the Lord breaks you fucking Edomites, man. Really? Wow, man. That's insane. Hey, man. That's how you know, man. These devils, man, they don't believe in a higher power. They don't believe in a higher power, man. They think they're gods in their eyes. And that's why they do this wicked stuff, man. Or if they do believe in a God, all right, they think he's a pushover. and they think that they're the chosen race, all right? Like these so-called Jewish people, all right? Which they are not the real Jews, man. The real Jews are so-called Negro walking here, mainly here in America, all right, catching hell. Psalms 10:1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Right, and that's what our people are constantly pleading, all right, to the Most High. Like, why are you hiding yourself? Okay, why aren't you vindicating us? All right, but guess what? If you knew the scriptures, man, okay, the Lord is showing His power, man. He woke up His prophets to tell you that, hey, these Edomites are going down. All right, you're the children of Israel, man. But majority of our people, they can't see that, man. They can't see themselves as the children of Israel. And if they do see themselves, they think that this is it in America. They don't see the kingdom of heaven like we do. America's through. This country's going down with violence, man. All right. But I don't want to go off topic or on a tangent. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in the times of trouble? Verse 2. The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken the vices that they have imagined. Right, man. They persecute the poor. This is them persecuting the poor. I mean, literally publishing names and phone numbers and addresses. That's wicked, man. That's how we know you Edomites are the wicked. Okay? Starting with your elites and your average six-pack Joe. All right? And that's why that gentleman, I don't know if that was Kevin that's made that statement. All right? In the CNN news segment. But he said if this was in the 50s, he would have been hung, okay? Or he would have been killed like Emmett Till. All right? So this is how you know, man, these Edomites have a hatred and they want us dead. Let them be taken the vice that they have in man is right. And guess what, man? This internet is really breaking, okay, your narrative, you Edomites, all right? And you don't like it. That's why you keep taking down our videos, okay? You constantly try to paint a negative image on the Hebrew Israelite. Oh, they're racist, even though racism just means you're for your people. Aren't you for your people? Okay? Don't you hire your race before you hire, okay, a so-called minority, as you say? Okay? Look at your communities. Look at your gated communities. It's majority you Edomites, all right? So stop with the semantics. You're for your people, and we for our people. There's nothing wrong with that. Verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of the heart's desire and blesseth the covenants whom the Lord abhorreth. Right, the Lord's totally against you, man. He's not with you people, man. All right? All right, he's moving. You think the Lord's with you? No, he's not, man. All right? Verse 4, the wicked through the pride of his conscience will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. Right, and the way Donald Trump putting up that what's it called, that death penalty ad, when this event was happening, hey, that proves that the Most High isn't in his thoughts, man. All right? He doesn't even believe in his own judicial system. Hello? Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? They didn't even go to trial yet, and you're automatically calling for the death penalty. And then when they're finally, okay, and what they call exonerated, that word they use, all right, meaning they've been vindicated, okay, you can't even apologize. All right, what's up with that? Because you're the devil, you're the Edomite. Let me see if there's more on this. Verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Right, your ways are always grievous. Yeah, prime example. When you watch the Netflix miniseries, When They See Us, after they did their time, they couldn't catch a break. Because they were known as convicted sex offenders, they could have barely find a job. You had the Ephraimite, so-called Puerto Rican. Literally he was trying his damnedest to get out of the house from his pop, he was a simp. All right, you so-called Puerto Ricans, man. Okay, I'm directing this to you, man. you Ephraimites, man, you know, that's my tribe. A lot of y'all simps for these women, man. A lot of y'all be bending backwards for these women, man. The hell with that shit, man. All right? That's bullshit. The character that John Leguizamo played, not to go off topic, man, but that shit really enraged me. Like, this man had no control of his house, man. This woman was running him, man. All right? And that's why that Ephraimite Jake, what's his name, Ray, all right? This man he couldn't catch a break, and then he, you know, of course, no excuse, but he went back and he went into a life of crimes. He went to selling our narcotics, man. Shit is crazy. But once again, because of you Edomites, you created a condition. You created a condition. All right? Oh, you're a sex offender. Now, you know, it's hard for you to find work. Okay? Oh, they set up curfew for them, that they couldn't be out after 9, that they had to report every 90 days for, I believe it was for the rest of their life, to a parole officer. All right? Yo, that, you know, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sights. As for all his enemies, he puffed at them, right? And that's people like Donald Trump. He could say that and get away with it and not apologize. And now he's the president of the United States, man. All right? And he looks down on our people. He has no respect for our people, man. Verse 6, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Right, he think this is people like Donald Trump in their pride and pump, they don't think they're going down. These Edomites, these Caucasian race, think they're going to rule forever. They're going to be able to dictate policy, write laws that are grievous, and be able to look down upon us and say, okay, there's nothing you can do about it, deal with it. But hey, sorry, you know, to burst your bubbles, Edomites, you're going down, man. The Lord's stirring up these nations. Your country's going down, man. America's going to burn. All right? The Lord sees everything. Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and fraud. On his tongue is mischief and vanity. That's these red Hebrew Edomites. All right? That's a beautiful scripture. Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking place of the villages. In the secret place does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. That's your police force. That's your judicial system. This book is written, okay? This book is written for us, man. All right, when you read that, this is definitely talking about us. You Edomites don't have nothing to worry about the police. Okay? Hey, this is perfect time to bring out this article. Chicago Reporter. The racist roots of American policing, from slave patrols to traffic stops. Half a century after the federal government avoided Jim Crow laws, the criminal justice system still discriminates against African Americans. And they're not African Americans, they're the Israelites, all right? African American meaning Judah, Yahweh, all right? Those are the so-called Jews of today. Excuse me, not so-called. Those are the Jews, okay? Those are the real Jews of today, Salakia. Outrage over racial profiling and the killing of African Americans by police officers and vigilantes in recent years helped give rise to the Black Lives Movement, which is failing, all right? The so-called Black Lives Movement is ran by homosexuals and women, all right? They're the ones that are running at the top. I mean, this shit is ridiculous, all right? There are many precedents to the Ferguson, Missouri protests that ushered in the Black Lives Matter movement. Those protests erupted in 2014 after police officers shot an unarmed 18-year-old Michael Brown. The officer subsequently not indicted. Right. This man had his hands up on his knees and still got killed. The precedents include the Los Angeles riots. The precedents includes the Los Angeles riots that broke out after 1992 acquittal of police officers for beating Rodney King. See, this has been going on for decades and decades, man. Nothing has changed. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, you need to wake up. You need to return to Yahweh Shem El Shai. His system is set against us. The police force, okay, are the, okay, modern day slave patrols, man. In fact, this article is going to say it. That's why I got it. It says, those riots happened nearly 3 decades after the 1965 Watts riots, which began with Marquis Fry, an African-American, being pulled over for suspected drunk driving and roughed up by the police for resisting arrest. I'm a criminal justice researcher who often focuses on issues of race, class, and crime. Though my research and from teaching a course on diversity and criminal justice, I've come to see how the roots of racism in American policing, first planted a century ago, have not been fully purged. Exactly, have not been fully purged. Slave patrols. There are two historical narratives about the origins of American law enforcement. Policing in southern slave-holding states had roots in slave patrols, squadrons made up of white volunteers empowered to use vigilante tactics to enforce laws related to slavery. They located and returned enslaved people who had escaped crushed uprising led by enslaved people, Birth of a Nation. Okay, watch that movie. That's where it started at. Okay, what's his name? I can't believe I forgot his name. Birth of a Nation. You know, it's a good movie to watch. Birth of a Nation. Nat Turner, that's his name. All right. So this is going back, you know, when Nat Turner tried to uprise against this, and that's how the police force was formed, just like this, just beginning of the slave patrol, man. They located and returned enslaved people who had escaped crushing uprisings led by enslaved people and punished enslaved workers found or believed to have violated plantation rules. Same thing like today. Nothing has changed. All right? That's why, man, we got to get up out of here. So back to Psalms 10 and 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him onto his net. Right, these snares, all right, these unrighteous decrees, these laws, all right, against our people. And you so-called Negros, Latinos, and Americans, all right, that have went into the prison system, you know, man. You know these devils are corrupt. Verse 10, he crouches and humbleth himself, that poor may fall by his strong ones. Verse 7, he hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten, he hideth his face, he will never see it right. And that's how these devils are acting. Like, and man, the Lord ain't protecting these jakes. All right? The Lord ain't protecting them. That's why we can do things like Central Park 5. All right? We can put them in the prison and make them look like monsters. And hey, oh, they were found innocent. Oh well, nobody's going to jail. Nobody's going to prison for falsely accusing, okay, these 5 jakes, beating them, coercing them. Nobody's going to jail for that. Okay, you think Donald Trump's gonna apologize? No, you think that woman who literally set all that up, you think she's gonna go to jail? You think she's gonna go to prison for doing that? Nope. Should have stepped down. Like it says, she stepped down from her nonprofit organization and Vassar College, so no more teaching, no more being a part of a nonprofit organization. She made her money anyway. She was writing books and people were buying her books. And now she's off in the sunset chilling, drinking margaritas and laughing. All right? This is why we need Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to take down America. And he's going to take it down, all right? Because these devils really think they can do whatever they want to us. Let me see if there's any more on this article. That's it. So, hey, so what's the recompense for all this? What's the recompense for this? Amos 5. All right, so what's the conclusion of this? Let's go to the book of Amos, not 5. Amos 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord. So this is the Lord speaking. Listen up, you Edomites. For 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity. This is a prime example. Casting off all pity. All right? And his anger did tear perpetually, right? And he kept his wrath forever, right? You kept your wrath forever. You have not stopped hating us. You have not stopped persecuting us. Okay? You have not stopped, okay, oppressing us. You kept it on continually up to this very day. That's why look at the prison system the way it is. All right? Look at your economic warfare. I mean, literally, when you look at the economic warfare you're doing to our people, yeah, it's bound that you got to go down, man. Verse 12, but I will send fire upon Timon, which shall devour the palace of the Basra. Right, so the Lord is going to bring fire to you, America. All right? Nuclear fire and them chariots. Let's get a scripture to prove the chariots. All right? One of my favorite scriptures, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Right, you Edomites, you trouble us. So recompense, it's righteous for payback. So is the God a righteous power to execute payback? Yes, he is. Is the Lord about revenge? Yes. Is he about vengeance? Yes. Okay, that's in the Bible. That's why you so-called Christians, you don't know this Bible, all right? God doesn't love everyone. God hates. He hates the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right? Let me get that. Romans 9 and 13, all right? For you so-called Christians out there. Romans 9 and 13. This scripture is what woke me up to the truth. I was like, whoa, God hates these Edomites? Okay. This makes a lot of sense now. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. That's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, as well as confusion face scattered abroad. The Lord loves you. But Esau have I hated. The God of the Bible and his son, who the world even calls Jesus, name is Yahushua, hates you Edomites. Take it up with the Most High. Back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Right. So the Lord's coming, a so-called black man with white woolly hair, all right, with his angels, which are also so-called black, to execute a recompense upon you Edomites. All right. People like Donald Trump. If you make it to that point, you might perish, all right, by your own Edomite brethren. Hey, I think you're Nero. And what happened with Nero? He was deemed enemy of the state, all right, where his own people, the Romans, wanted to execute him. Hey, your Secret Service might execute you. You never know, man. All right, that's just my spirit. I think Donald Trump is Nero. That's just me. All right, and the reincarnation. That's in the Bible too. That's for another topic. But anyway, continue on. Verse 6. Seeing is a right 7. And back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, verse 8, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High. That's you Edomites. You don't know the Most High, all right? Because if you did, all right, you wouldn't do what you're doing to us. And that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Right, you 2/3 that can't see that this Edomite is your enemy. That's why you 2/3 are going to go down. You're going to burn with the so-called white man. All right, verse 9. Who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glorious power. Verse 10. When he shall come to be glorified in his saints. Right. His saints are the Israelites. All right. Starting what? Okay. Right now. His prophets. All right. We're telling you, hey, the Lord is coming back to judge you devils for what you're doing to our people. And to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. Right. That day y'all going to know who the true power is, all right? And your judicial system, your laws are going to be obsolete. So Lord was edifying, once again, all right? These devils, man, they accuse us day and night, all right? Donald Trump, no remorse, doesn't care. He has perpetual hatred towards our people, all right? Will not apologize, okay? And I highly recommend you brothers watch that mini-series, When They See Us, because it truly shows you, okay, the behind the scenes of how these devils move, man. All right, it gets you an idea of why you can't trust them, man. So, Lord willing is edified. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Wakakodash. Double honors to the apostle, great millstone, Ruel, and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, risking life to do so for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. I say, love you, brothers. Keep the door and keep the faith. And with that, shalom. Oh, and a Baba Ball.